Now, the other thing which is important for me is that having watched the video which was released by the presidency through Felix Ofosu-Kwesi, you could see from the video that all the standard requirements were met. All the standard requirements were met. In fact, it seems to me watching the video that inspection is even filmed. That filming that was released to the public could not have been done as an afterthought because by that time the place had left. So it is reasonable to assume that it is part of the standard procedure. And indeed these days, if you travel abroad, you see that at the security checkpoints, if you want to check for narcotics and so on, there's a small swipe. They used to touch your bag and so on. And if there's any narcotic in it, it will show. I saw them use it on the aircrafts and the materials in the aircrafts. And I'm sure you all saw them. You understand? These aircrafts were so vigorously inspected. So vigorously inspected on camera. So all this needless speculation, I'm wondering where it's coming from. You have the facts and you say, no, I'm going to speculate. What's wrong with you, my brother? When the facts are not available, you can speculate. But when the facts are there, staring in your face, you don't speculate. You analyze the facts. And so far, I don't see any analysis of facts, but empty speculation. Just intended to cast doubt. You understand? Oh, yeah. Ntim Fordjour could be right because 20 years ago, an ambulance was caught somewhere in Sogakope carrying marijuana. What? Is that a level of analysis? So in that case, every ambulance you see anywhere in the world or anywhere in the country must be carrying drugs. What kind of assumption is that? Clearly, my goodness, what kind of assumption is that? I don't know where it's coming from. To be quite honest with you, I don't know where it is coming from. Now, you see, I listened to Ntim Fordjour. I've listened to him, I've read him over the period. And to be honest, I really pity him. Okay. Because at this press conference, he told us that he was speaking on behalf of the minority in Parliament. He was acting in the press conference, according to his own claims, as a spokesperson of the minority in Parliament. Then sometime later, that same person now is not speaking for the minority again, but is speaking for a committee of Parliament. So he doesn't even know who he's speaking for. Is he speaking for the minority or is he speaking for a committee of Parliament? You cannot interchange the two positions. You are either speaking for a committee in Parliament, which includes all the political parties represented in Parliament, or you are speaking for the minority in Parliament, which is the minority. Finish. You can't conflict the two. So he must be clear in his mind whether he's speaking as a minority spokesperson or he's speaking for Parliament. Now that lack of clarity itself raises many important questions. Now we do know that his claim that he was speaking for a parliamentary committee is at least doubtful. Okay? Because the chairperson of the committee has said he did not speak for us. He did not have our mandate. Raising substantial doubts about that claim. Now, there's something else which is important. If you listen closely to his press conference, it was very confusing. At a certain point, he was saying that, look, this is the information that we have had, and that we would like the matter to be investigated. That's one breath. At another point, he actually emphatically makes the claim that Ghana has become a hub for money laundering and drug trafficking. Yes, suddenly become a hub. How do you reconcile these two positions? Is it a case that he has heard rumors, unverified rumors, that he wants the state security agencies to investigate? Or that now he has evidence to show that within this short period of 3 to 4 months, Ghana has become a hub for money laundering and drug trafficking? There needs to be some reconciliation, because it doesn't make sense that there's a gap which needs to be filled. And then, Senna, there is something which is called logical acrobatics. Okay? This morning, this man, Honorable Ntim, on his X page, is claiming that international agencies appear to vindicate his stand, and so on. What is the evidence? And Senna, if anybody is in doubt, please read it for them to understand. I mean, when they are in doubt, I don't think they are in doubt yet. When they get into doubt, read it for them. There's a Ghanaian working for an international agency, and he says that the allegations made by him in Ntim Fordjour are serious allegations which require or need to be investigated in order to establish the facts. How is this a vindication? Tell me how this is a vindication. How? How is this a vindication? And this is used as a vindication. It says international agencies are confirming what I've said. I mean, what is this? What is this acrobatics? What is this gymnastics? What is it intended to achieve? You see, it doesn't end there. If you listen to public commentary on the matter, you get the impression that President John Dramani Mahama has ordered the arrest of Ntim Fordjour because of what he has said. No such order has been given. Read President Mahama's tweet very carefully. He says, look, these are serious allegations. We are concerned about these serious allegations. We want to establish the full facts so that we can deal with the matter on an empirical basis. And therefore, I'm asking the security agencies to collaborate. The essential word is collaborate with Ntim Fordjour in order to establish the facts. So indeed, he's not in the category of an arrested person. He's a collaborator. He's part of the investigators. You understand what I'm saying? He is not to be arrested to prove. He says, come and help us, work with us to unravel the facts. He's not being arrested. I hope you get the difference. It says collaborate. So he's on the same pedestal as the security services in the effort to establish the facts. Okay? The man who in his first press conference is calling for investigations to establish the facts now turns around and says there's no need for investigations. You read his tweet. He says there's no need for investigations. But he called for the investigations in the first place. So what is this rigmarole? I I don't understand it. Why these twists and turns and so on? And you see, my brother, look, I want to believe that every Ghanaian engaged in public commentary, public discussion, is doing so out of a need to contribute to developing a better understanding of our circumstances. Every, including my brother Sabo, including Ntim, Fordjour, and so on. And I want to hold this belief until I am proven wrong. You understand? Because if you don't do that, ab initio will interfere with people's rights to express themselves and so on. So the first point of call is that every Ghanaian has a right of free expression. And every Ghanaian who is speaking about everything is exercising that right until that right is abused. That is the way I want to look at things. In this particular case, it seems to me that the right of free expression is being so blatantly abused in order to serve partisan political interests. Partisan political interests which stands in conflict with national interests. And I am very deeply worried about that. Look, all of us, especially members of parliament, must know that there are consequences for countries when they are classified as narco countries, as countries engaged in drug trafficking and money laundering. There are severe sanctions and so on. So if you go out there without a shred of evidence to go and make such allegations, what you're actually trying to do is that you are calling for the imposition of sanctions on the country. That's what you are doing. You are saying that our struggle as a people to sanitize the national economy and so on should be further jeopardized by the imposition of sanctions.